So as I look at my watch, I realize we have just about 1 minute. 1 minute, and we'll get started. Matter of fact, make that a few seconds. Why don't you guys go ahead and tap in where you're from? How about do that? Tap in where you're from. Y'all ready to get it started? Happy Wednesday. To everybody out there, I hope your Wednesday is going really, really well. Mine is. I feel good. I feel good today. And I hope you are too. You know, it's noontime. It's noontime right now. A lot of people are calling it lunchtime. We're calling it noontime, my time. Because we are reclaiming our time. We are recalibrating our time. We're taking that moment right now to do that. Today, we're going to be talking about soft life. What is this thing? What is soft life? I hope you guys are ready to talk about it. I hope you guys have been hearing about it or know something about it or be able to share something with me. Let me know. Help me get a better understanding. Before we get into that, let's breathe. So you know how we do it. We're going to inhale at the count of 4. And then we're going to hold it a few seconds. And we're going to exhale at the count of 4. Hold that a few seconds. And then we're going to do that a few times. Let's go. Inhale. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. And hold that a few seconds. Inhale again. Hold it a few seconds. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. Hold a few seconds. Exhale. Kind of shake that off. Feel good. Feel good. Feel good. Feel good. Yes. If you want, you can go ahead in the comments and let me know where you guys are from. If you know me and you know me, you know where I'm from. I'm a Carolina girl, right here in the Carolinas South, living. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about soft life. What is that? What is that? Does anybody know? Let me put that up so that let's talk about it. What does that mean to you? What is your understanding of it? Are you living it? Are you? Because if you are, I want to know. I want to know what you're doing. I want to know what that means. I've been doing some reading. I have, because I've been very curious about this. I keep hearing people online talking about, soft life, soft like this, soft like that. And it just has me curious as to what it really is. And from what I've been reading and from my understanding, it seems like soft life is an art of living gently, but with purpose. It seems like it's a lifestyle of enjoying simple pleasures in life, like making life worth living, uh, from people setting up their homes to a cozy home decor, uh, providing yourself with nourishing meals, inspiring stories of kindness and compassion. Yeah, all of those things. So I want us to sit back and relax and embrace the softness of what this is right now. Is this considered a part of what this soft life conversation could be about? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. I'm Miss Tanya, and I tell you, I am honored to be here and to be your guide through this conversation. I want us to understand that our conversations matter. They really do. It's important for us to communicate with each other. So let's get into talking about soft life. I'll tell you what I know. Soft life is really about embracing simplicity. And a lot of people talk about an authentic life. And living an authentic soft life, I would imagine it involves like simplifying your life and focusing on what really matters. Focusing on things that really matter to you and getting into a more simplistic way of living and focusing on this particular lifestyle. I think that would include doing some things like decluttering your living space. Some people would consider, from what I've been reading, reducing your consumption, spending some time in nature, perhaps having plants in your home, having pets that you're taking care of. Those are some of the things that I realize are associated with this style of what they're calling soft life. And also a practice is practicing self-care. And we know these things. We talk about these things often. We've been hearing that a lot. It's just that soft life is just new to our vocabulary. They're always they're always coming up with something else, another saying, some way to put it. And so I want us to have an understanding of that. But when we're practicing self-care, that's essential for soft life, I would imagine, you know? And that could involve engaging in activities that bring you joy, things that make you feel good, things like reading, meditating, practicing yoga, prioritizing your mental and physical health, doing the things that you know you should be doing, like getting enough sleep, eating well, you know, seeking support when you need it. That is important. You've got to learn how to cultivate meaning connections. All of us can do that. That's something that we should all be able to do. Should that be something that is only a part of soft life? I wouldn't imagine. But why are we living if there's soft life, I would imagine there has to be a hard life. And who really wants to live a hard life? That isn't anyone's goal. I can't imagine anyone setting out as their dream to live a hard life. But I do think that we could intentionally try to live in our own, you know, authenticity, cultivate a life that we feel like is a bit more gentle. How's that sound to you guys? You guys ring in and let me know. Let me know. This could include spending time with loved ones, volunteering at in your community, joining groups and clubs, doing like-minded things with like-minded people, aligning your values. That's what building meaningful connections is about, and building meaningful connections can help you feel more grounded. and more fulfilled in your daily life. Absolutely. We're talking about soft life. It's a big term right now, a very big, big term. How are we embracing it? And are we embracing that? I actually put a poll up and I wanted to know what you guys thought about it. I put a poll on my Facebook page, and I'm going to go over to it now and let me get an idea of how many people actually did the poll. Or let's see what the poll results are. Let's get on over there. Let me see. So basically the poll said this. I said, "Can we talk about this? What's the real idea behind this new term soft life? And who's behind it and who's it for?" I'm wondering if is it about a level of wealth or a simple way of living? So there were two choices, and you could check, is soft life about having maintained wealth and luxury is the first choice. And then the second choice is simplified and unburdened. So 100% people feel like soft life is about simplifying a simplified life and an unburdened life. A simplified life and an unburdened life. I think I would like to agree with that because having wealth and luxury is not necessarily guaranteed that you're going to have a simplified life, an unburdened life. Not at all. That's certainly not a guarantee. So I'm glad to see that with a small amount of people who took the poll, they felt like it was about simplifying. It was about being unburdened, embracing simplicity. That's the thing. An authentic soft life has to involve simplifying your life, decluttering, getting rid of things, excuse me, getting rid of things in your space that you absolutely do not need because we consume a lot. We have so many things from clothes to shoes and just things in our house. In the old days, we have these little things we call whatnots. Like if you know some older people, collectibles, just things that are really collecting dust. So simplifying your life, practicing self-care, taking care of yourself, taking care of yourself, bringing joy to your own life, being a peaceful person, a person who other people want to be around, you know? Being in a place where you have a certain calm and you have a certain energy, and people are able to vibe with that, and they don't mind being around you because they know that they're not going to be tense. And cultivating meaningful connections, that's a part of soft life. Just being authentic and true to yourself, connecting with people in genuine ways, spending time with them, spending time with your loved ones, volunteering in your community, getting grounded. Soft life. Soft life is for me. If it's a new thing, I don't know. It's definitely not new in my life because I've always wanted to be able to just have a gentle, cozy way of living, just have my nice, cute, cultivated space, my own style of living, my own style of what I consider a good life. My decor would be very different from anybody else's, and all of us have that. But I feel like a lot of people look at what other people have and they aspire to have those things. And it's not necessary. It's not necessary to bring joy to your life, or it may not be necessary to bring joy to your life. So for everybody who's got an opportunity to kind of think about what soft life could be and what that means to you, let me know. Let me know. I see piece of cake. Life is here. She put some hearts out. How you doing? Good to see you. I'm just chatting a bit about soft life. Just trying to figure out what that means to people. What do people think that means? Or have you heard the term? Has it gotten to you yet? Because I'm just hearing lots of people talk about soft life. What have you guys been hearing? You can let me know in the comments. You can let me know. You guys got any good news that you may want to share? Share some good news. Let us know what's going on good, because the news is out here letting us know everything that could possibly go wrong. They're letting us know that. So we've got to find a way to bring ourselves joy, to be joyful, to spread love. I've got Drunk here in the building. He said, I finally made a lunch with Miss Tanya. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't seen you in a while. I miss you, man. I'm glad you could make it here. I was just about to dip out, to be honest. I was talking about soft life because that seems to be a very hot topic right now. And I kind of wanted to know, what exactly did that mean to you guys? When you hear soft life, what comes to your mind? And I've been doing some reading just so that I could get a better understanding, so that when we have the conversation, I kind of know what I was talking about. Now, according to what I've been reading and to what seems to be some of the greater definitions, it seems like I've been living a soft life for a really for a really long time. All right, man. You've been busy on Sundays. All right, Drunk says, I'm good. How are you? Yeah, I've been busy on Sundays. I didn't even know you had a channel until YouTube suggested it to me. Oh, wow. I am glad YouTube suggested it. I really am, because I'm out here. And this is something really new for me, man. I wanted to be able to uh, just come in and chat a little bit with people during lunchtime. Didn't want to take up too much of their time. We come in, we do a little breath work at the beginning of the podcast, and I'll have a topic or I'll have a special guest and we kind of chit chat for a little bit. Hopefully we're able to share a gem, a nugget, a quote, an inspirational moment that you could probably take with you and enjoy your day. We want people to know that it doesn't just have to be about lunchtime. You can kind of come back and recenter and feel good. Maybe you were having a hectic day. Somebody could have gotten under your skin a little bit. And even if you're having a good day, there's nothing wrong with just kind of reclaiming your time and recentering yourself, taking a little breath work and feeling good, and then coast out the rest of that day. Be very productive the rest of the day. Drunk said, I honestly think I've been living soft life myself, but I kind of built it this way. Well, you know what, man? You're right. You're absolutely right. Because to live a soft life, it seems, from what I understand the definition to be, it has to be very intentional. You have to build it that way. It definitely isn't something that is automatic. It isn't, because so many people are out here trying to live a lavish lifestyle. They feel like having all of these things, big cars, big houses, like all of these things will make them happy. And perhaps they do. I feel like whatever a person's budget is and however they wanna live, it is totally up to them. For me, I've never put my lifestyle into a tax bracket. Now, yeah, I wanna be comfortable, but it definitely isn't necessary for me to be happy to have a mansion. For me personally, that's just too much house. I'm not interested in any of that. I really don't want that many people around me to maintain that, and I'm certainly not gonna be maintaining something like that myself, spending most of my day to do that. That doesn't seem like my type of vibe. Alright, Amina. She says, "I agree with your definition of soft life. I'm realizing it is about intentionally choosing to make your life easier and more tender." I agree. It has to be. It's about embracing those things that are authentic to you. Absolutely. You know, I see you say here, I'm coming back from the Bahamas. I felt so blessed and joyful being in my modest home that is filled with genuine peace. Amina, that is exactly what I am saying. That is exactly how I feel about it. I really feel that way. I like having the things that I like around me. I like my home to feel cozy, to have my own style of cozy home decor, have my little plants around, fix myself nourishing meals, you know, set up a vibe for me to be able to relax. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that your life is just easy breezy and everything, you're walking around and there's just like harp music playing throughout your home. No, not at all. It doesn't mean that. But it means that, I'll speak for myself. I am intentionally setting a vibe that is peaceful. When you walk into my home, I want you to feel a peace. I want you to feel a calm because that's where my energy is. And if someone is coming into my space and their energy is on a different level, I hope that when you walk into that space that it'll kinda, take you to a peaceful place. That's what it is for me. Drunk says, "I've turned down other jobs that might make more money because I knew it's more of a headache, and I like my soft life." Oh, man. I'm so happy that you brought that up. I'm very happy that you brought that up because that's something to talk about too. Because I feel like often people get into this rat race. They get into this corporate rat race. They're climbing this corporate ladder. They have these ideas of what success is. And again, I will say this, your idea of success is your idea. If that is genuinely what you want to do, I feel that you should do that. But I'm with you on this one, Drunk. I'm not really into any job that is gonna bring a particular level of stress for me because I know that I'm trading my time for money. So I had to figure out how to cultivate a lifestyle that was meaningful for me, where I felt like I not living below my means, but certainly not living above my means, so that I could be at a comfort level where that I knew that I could take care of myself, take care of my children, be able to do all of the things that I would want to do, from travel to, whatever things that I would like, whatever things I would like to buy. I would much rather be able to financially buy anything that I would want to buy than to feel like I have to have it because it presented a certain status for me. So that's the thing for me. Yeah, man, Drunk, you say that, peace of mind over everything. Absolutely. Peace of mind is over everything for me. And for the stage of life that I happen to be in right now, I am an empty nester, so my kids have gone out and they're college age and young adult age. And so I can't imagine if I was in a bigger home with empty rooms, not having anything to do with all of that space, which I mean, I still have that to some degree, but when I say bigger home, I mean like uh these $1,000,000 homes, you know? I can't even imagine that. And I wouldn't want to do that, you know? I wake up, I do the things that I have to do, water my little plants, get some sunshine, start my day. I live in the South, so I'm able to go outside. I'm able to enjoy nature, even though it's a little cold today. I don't know if I'm really in the South weather-wise today. It's cold down here today, but still nothing I'm going to complain about. I appreciate that too. There's gonna be days when the weather is different that and you've gotta know how to deal with that. Drunk says, "One thing you can't get back in life is time, and I think it's important to spend it how you want as much as you can." You're right. You're right, and it's an absolute luxury. It really is. You have to set it up. You have to set it up. But for me, what you just said here, being able to spend your time how you want as much as you can, like, that is a luxury that I like. I don't need the luxury of a car. I don't need the luxury of jewelry or clothing or any of those things. I don't need those. Now, I do have some, don't get me wrong, but they don't rule me. They don't rule me. I don't mind. I can wear something expensive, I can wear something cheap, I can wear expensive and cheap together, doesn't matter. But I've gotta feel good. That's the most important part for me. The self-care part in the soft living is really important. Getting into the meditation, getting into the breathing, practicing yoga, and believe it or not, for, uh for as cool as people can think I am and for as cool as I like to be, like, practicing yoga was something that I was really fearful of for a while because I was like, that looks a certain way. I don't know if my body's gonna be able to do all of that. And I'm no slouch. I've been pretty active throughout most of my life, especially my young life, but I still didn't, I'm not one of those. I didn't think I was into the stretchy thing, I didn't think that. But I took a yoga class last month. And I really think I have a new thing, y'all. I do. I got a new thing, and I'm gonna be going to yoga again on Saturday. Amina says, "Also learning soft living is for me slower living and strategically choosing my hearts." You better say that. You better say that. Yes. And that is one of the things that, when you say a slower style of living, for us who live in the South, a slower pace of living is what people usually connect with us. And I've had the opportunity to live several places. I've lived in big cities. I've lived in New York. I've even lived out of the country. I've traveled many places. And I found my way back to the South intentionally because I wanted that slower pace of lifestyle for my children. I felt that it provided a lifestyle that I liked growing up, and I certainly knew that as a mother and I would bring my kids back to, yeah, my family, an environment that I grew up around, because it does take a village and just a slower lifestyle, and I definitely don't regret it. It was a culture shock for me at first, I will admit, because I had been away for many years. So it took me a while to readjust and to just kind of slow back down. But I certainly love it, and I think my kids are better for it. I don't think that they would regret it. It's been nice for us. It really has. Drunk says, "Facts, Amina. I was just thinking about the drama part too." Well, wait, I missed one. Let me backtrack here so I can see what they're responding to. Amina says, "Soft living doesn't mean everything will be easy, but I can choose my hearts and make sure I have an attitude of gratitude and make ease for myself and others when I can avoid drama and unnecessary stress." Right. And Drunk says, "Facts, Amina. I was just thinking about the drama part too. Very important to avoid it." You're right. There's a lot of drama out here. There's always drama. There's always drama, and we deal with it how we deal with it. You know, as much of it as I can avoid, I try to avoid because I want to live. You know, I like this whole idea of this soft life. I don't know that I like, and I'm not sure. I don't know what else we would call it, but I don't know if I like soft life as a description, as description words for it. I don't know. I don't know how that appeals to, men and a more masculine side of life. I don't know how they would relate to it being called soft life because we've identified so many other things that aren't necessarily good with soft. So I don't know what we could call it because it certainly because life itself isn't easy, but it seems like it's an ease, setting up a peace. That's what I feel about it. I see keep the faith with Tori, loving the conversation, listening and relaxing. All right, Tori. Good, good, good to have you here listening to the conversation. Tori and I had a conversation yesterday, and it was a whole lot of fun. It really was. Just kind of a lighthearted conversation on culture and things going on in these internet streets, things going on in the news. I could say it was a bit tea-ish, but not tea-ish in a negative way. We weren't dragging people around. But if we're going to be honest, we do have those good, good friends and good, good girlfriends that we have conversations about, and we're like, "Girl, what you think about that?" Or "Girl, did you hear such and such and such?" And it was that type of conversation. There's nothing wrong with having those type of conversations, and that's kind of how we vibed out yesterday. It was a whole lot of fun. I had a good conversation with you, Tori. Drunk says, "This is my first time hearing the term soft life, but I like it." Okay. Yeah. Man, it's all over the place. Like, if you just kind of like hashtag it in YouTube, you hear lots of people making content around it and making comments about it. And so, I was like, I want to bring this to my audience. I want to know what they think about it. And not only that, seeing that they've named it, whoever decided it, seeing that they named it, let me just go ahead and say how I feel about it. And honestly, it's how I live. It is how I have been living, you know? Tori says, "I have not heard the term either." It's out there. It's out here in these internet streets, and you'll probably hear more of it. Um, so just like I told Drunk, just hashtag it in there. In fact, you can hashtag it in Google. It has a whole definition. I did a little dive. I did a small dive so that I could have an idea of what the general consensus of what it meant, or at least what they've given it by definition, what it could mean. So I realized that I've been living a soft life for a very, very long time, at least for me. I feel like most of my life I have been living a soft life, but definitely I have been living a soft life for at least the past 12, 12 years, minimum 10, 12 years. And I love it. And I intentionally set myself up to live this way. Is there anything that would ever make you give up your soft life? Uh, no. For me, I have to say no. I don't know what you might think, Amina, but I have to say no. I can't. I am a woman of a particular age. I am in my mid-50s, and I've lived a little life out here, and with blessings, I certainly hope to live at least that much more. And I really set my life up thinking about some of the things that I would like to be doing as I approach an older age. Right now, I feel like I'm in the prime of my age. I know that they call this mid-age, but I feel really good. I've set myself up in a way that I can maintain myself, I can maintain my lifestyle. Yes, there will be things that could possibly happen in life. There are things that we may not know. We cannot predict the future, but I live in such a way that I am not worried about anything that potentially would or could happen because I understand what is important to me. And to get myself back to a lifestyle of of comfort, I wouldn't find that to be difficult. I really wouldn't. Tori says, "I'm definitely going to Google. Google, Google is my friend, and to think we didn't even have Google growing up, but it's now the go-to." You're right. We didn't have Google. It's just like either we didn't know something or we were just spreading wrong information or getting bad advice and information from other people. But I gotta tell you something, Google also could be a little dangerous. You still have to do deeper dives, you know? I'm not one who will Google and take that first information. I kind of like to, I like to go a few different places and get a few different opinions and make sure that the information is as accurate as it can be. People can put some things up online. Drunk says, "Only thing for me, I guess, is getting married and building a family, but then again, I avoid that because I'm enjoying a soft life." Oh, man, let me tell you something. You you really made me laugh. You can do it, man. It just depends. It depends. Marriage can be a part of that. It depends on who your partner is. I've lived in my softer life, of course, post-divorce. Um, so yeah, there's that. But, anytime you decide to partner with someone, you have to consider so many other things. Anytime you decide or make a decision to have children, there are other things that you have to consider. But it's nice, man. It's nice. So don't think that you could be a soft and gentle, loving spouse and parent. You absolutely can. Well, I tell you what, guys. I tell you what, I'm about to wind this down in a few. Tori said, definitely got to marry the right person to continue the soft life. You would have to. I'm open, even though I'm divorced. And I've been divorced for, a number of years, and I'll tell you something, it is I'm just in a happy space and place, and I have no fear necessarily of marriage or anything. I feel like I probably could do it again. I just don't know that it's necessary. I don't know, like, I'm in a place in my life right now that I don't know that I necessarily want to do that, but I wouldn't object. It just depends. I like to remain open because that right person could be there, but I'm certainly not in a space in my life where I'm looking for someone to quote unquote take care of me or start a family. See, I've been there and I've done that. So the dynamics of a relationship for me at this stage in my life is very different from what it would be for a younger person, you know? Drunk, great conversation, especially for a lunchtime one. Salute, Miss Tanya and Chet. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. And that's what we're getting ready to do. I'm about to bounce out of here. And how we typically do that is kind of a breath guys to breathe it out, kind of hey, if you're at your desk, you're eating lunch, you can't really if you are under stress or high anxiety. So relax a little bit. So we're gonna breathe it out. Here's how we do it. We're gonna take 4 breaths in, and we're gonna hold that a few seconds, and then we're gonna exhale, and we'll hold that a few seconds. And then we'll do that a few times. Y'all ready? Inhale to the count of 4. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. And hold that a few seconds. Inhale one more time. Yeah. Hold a few seconds. Exhale. And this one is the last time. We're going to inhale. Hold a few seconds. And exhale. Now, if you had your eyes closed while you were doing this, I want you to smile before you open your eyes. Or just smile. Just put a smile on your face. You feel that? Great, great energy. You guys go ahead and work out the rest of your day. Tori, I hear you. You said, I agree, drunk. Tanya, a whole 5. Y'all making me feel good lunchtime. Facts, Tori. All right. All right, y'all. Finish this day up. Make this day great. Vibe on that a little bit if you want to. You can vibe on out.
Poetry, lifestyle, media, 'cause that's what I do.
One love, y'all.